Good evening. The Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board says it approved a 1 peso provisional jeepney fare increase nationwide. The LTFRB says the increase will be effective on Sunday, October 8, for both traditional and modern jeepneys nationwide. But LTFRB Chair Teofilo Guadis III clarifies that the provisional increase means the additional fare is temporary and would last only until the main petition for a permanent increase is resolved. According to Guadis, no new fare matrices will be implemented as the provisional increase would only affect the base fare, not the succeeding kilometers. With this, the minimum fare for traditional jeepneys will be adjusted from 12 pesos to 13 pesos, while the fare for modern jeepneys will increase to 15 pesos from 14 pesos. To recall, Pasang Mazda, Association of Concerned Transport Organizations, and the Alliance of Transport Operators and Drivers Association of the Philippines filed a petition for a 1 peso provisional increase. Their proposed 5 peso fare hike and 1 peso increase per succeeding kilometer is still being reviewed. Parts of northern Luzon are still under tropical cyclone wind signal as Typhoon Jenny maintains its strength over the Philippine Sea. According to Pag-asa's 5 p.m. bulletin, signal number 2 is still up over Batanes, while signal number 1 remains hoisted over Cagayan, including Babuyan Islands, the northern and eastern portions of Isabela, Apayao, the northeastern portion of Abra, and Ilocos Norte. Pag-asa says Jenny continues to enhance the southwest monsoon or habagat. The enhanced habagat could bring occasional rains over the western portions of central Luzon, southern Luzon, and Visayas in the next 3 days. The State Weather Bureau last spotted Jenny 325 kilometers east-northeast of Basco, Batanes. It carries maximum sustained winds of 155 kilometers per hour and gustiness of up to 190 kilometers per hour. Jenny is expected to leave the Philippine area of responsibility between Thursday morning and afternoon. The number of adult Filipinos anxious about rising prices of goods and services is growing as controlling inflation. The latest national survey on urgent national concerns indicates that 74% worry about inflation. This is 11 percentage points higher than the 63% recorded in a similar polling conducted last June. The survey also shows that 48% of Filipino adults ranked inflation control as their number one concern, while 17% ranked it second and 9% ranked it third. After inflation control, 49% of respondents say they are concerned about increasing workers' pay and 27% are worried about additional job creation. 25% cite reducing the poverty of many Filipinos as an urgent national concern, while 22% are concerned about fighting graft and corruption in the government. An official from the Department of Agriculture says the Philippines appears to be ready to lift the rice price cap. In a palace briefing, DA Bureau of Plant Industry Director Glenn Panganiban lists 3 indicators from the DA that could serve as a basis for lifting the rice price cap. These are falling rice prices, increasing local production of rice, and lowering global prices of rice.
Yun yung indication from our parameters naman ay mukhang ready na. But of course, it's all upon the President to decide on it. Ang amin lang, ang focus namin, and this is the instruction of the President from day one, is to really support our farmers, the local produce.
The DA, Department of Trade and Industry, and National Economic and Development Authority held a sectoral meeting with Marcos to discuss the possible indications of when to lift the price cap. Asked if the DA Bureau of Plant Industry categorically recommends the lifting of the rice price cap, Panganiban says that is only up to President Bongbong Marcos. The President is also the concurrent agriculture chief. Marcos ordered the rice price cap in September to control the rampant rice prices, which he attributed to rice smugglers. Asked if the rice price cap was still necessary, Panganiban only defers to the President, saying it was only Marcos's decision.
Of course, all of the decisions that should be made should be with complete staff work. So we're just verifying and so that we can be sure na kapag may decision na i-arrive ay talagang everyone would be benefiting from it.
The legal counsel of former President and now Deputy Speaker Gloria Macapagal Arroyo is confident that the complaints filed against her in relation to the disbursement of Malampaya funds would be proven false. In a statement on Tuesday, lawyer Ferdinand Topacio says they have not yet received any copy of the complaint, so they cannot make any specific comments yet. Consumer Group's National Association of Electricity Consumers for Reforms Inc. and the Boses ng Consumer Alliance Inc. filed a complaint before the Office of the Ombudsman last September 28. The two groups filed 96 counts of graft and 96 counts of malversation against Arroyo, as the disbursement of 38.8 billion pesos worth of Malampaya funds for different purposes supposedly started during her presidency. Topacio says, based on newspaper reports, the complainant admits that the funds concerned were used for public purposes. The lawyer adds that they are confident the charges will be proven false, saying Arroyo has done no wrongdoing during her presidency. Topacio also says Arroyo's legal team would answer the charges in the proper time. A grade 5 student in Antipolo City died on Monday, 11 days after his teacher allegedly pulled his hair and slapped him in school. In a radio interview on Tuesday, Elena Mingoy says her 14-year-old son, Francis J. Gumikib, was hurt by his sister on September 20 after he reported about his noisy classmates. Mingoy claims the teacher pulled her son's collar and hair and then slapped him just as the grade 5 student returned to his seat. According to Mingoy, her son complained of pain in the ear and dizziness after being hit by the teacher. She says her son still managed to attend school in the 3 days that followed, but on September 26, the son experienced dizziness, headache, and vomiting, which prompted them to rush him to the hospital. Mingoy says the student fell into a coma and eventually died on October 2, adding that the doctor found bleeding in her son's brain. Antipolo City Police Chief Lieutenant Colonel Ryan Manongdo tells INQUIRER.net they are still confirming the cause of death. Meanwhile, in a message to reporters, Department of Education Undersecretary and spokesperson Michael Poa says the school's division superintendent governing the student's school is already investigating the matter. Alamin naman natin ang mainit na balita sa mundo ng showbiz. Narito ang report ni Anthony Arceo.
Viral na ang video ng ginawang pagpapalayas ni Governor Edwin Hamor sa bandang Kamikaze na magpe-perform sana sa selebrasyon ng Kasanggayan Festival sa Kasiguran, Sorsogon nitong linggo ng gabi, October 1. Hindi na nga natuloy ang Kamikaze matapos magdesisyon si Governor Hamor na paalisin na sa kanilang lugar ang naturang banda. Sa kumalat na video sa social media ay mapapanood ang gobernador na humihingi ng tawad sa kanya mga kababayan na nasa venue dahil hindi na matutuloy ang performance ng Kamikaze. Pinaalis na niya ang banda at hindi na rin pinatuloy sa kanilang hotel dahil may attitude daw ang mga ito. Sabi ni Governor Hamor, pinastos daw ng banda ang mga taga Sorsogon. Base naman sa pagpapaliwanag ng Sorsogon PIO, nagalit daw ang gobernador nang tumanggi umano ang Kamikaze na magpa-picture sa bagong tourist attraction sa lugar na Thousand Light Roses. Nauna na raw kasing pumayag ang banda na magpa-picture sa naturang atraksyon. Wala pang official statement ang Kamikaze kaugnay sa insidenteng ito, ngunit isang cryptic post ang ibinahagi ng lead vocalist ng banda na si Jay Contreras. I choose love. Maikling caption ito sa kanyang latest upload sa Instagram. Bukas naman ang bandera sa magiging pahayag ng naturang banda hinggil sa isyong kinasasangkutan. Ito po si Teres Arceo at yan po ang Bandera Chika for today.
Here's the latest roundup of today's top stories. LTFRB grants 1 peso provisional fare increase for public utility jeepneys nationwide effective October 8. Typhoon Jenny maintains its strength and continues to enhance the southwest monsoon or habagat. Signal number 2 still up over Batanes. And Gilas Pilipinas escapes Iran to march into the Asian Games semifinals. And these are the stories you need to know today. I'm Neil Mercado. Follow INQUIRER.net on Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Reddit. For more stories, visit INQUIRER.net. Good evening.